Hey, how you doing? Bill Curtis from creatingwealthfromlife.com. What I want to do is address a couple of questions that I often get asked by clients. Usually the first one people tell me when I tell them what I do, how to set up their own bank so they can get away from using third-party lenders. They usually tell me, well, I don't make a regular salary. It goes up and down. I make commissions. So I don't think this is for me. Well, actually, sure it is. And here's why. What happens is if you save at a bank and you borrow from a bank and you make loan payments to a bank, all those actions are with a third party. If the only difference is going to be they have access to money immediately because they're using your money and everyone else's money for loans. In order for you to set up your own bank, what you're going to have to do is fund your own bank initially, first. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make deposits. You're going to take loans when you need the money, and you're going to pay the loans back, just like you're doing now. The only difference is you're going to be doing this with your bank, not a third party's bank. The other thing it's going to do for you is right now, if you have commissions come in, you put them in your bank, you save the money, and let's say you don't do a couple of deals, or you don't sell, if you're a real estate agent, you don't sell the real estate, so you have no money coming in. So now you're drawing on the money that you have saved in a bank, or when that money runs dry, you're using credit cards. And you have to pay interest to somebody else. What you can do is with your own bank, your cash flow is going to get smoothed out because you're going to be able to make deposits when you want. When you get a big commission, you can put it in your bank. And if you need money, you're going to take a loan and pay it back whenever you want. So what happens is when you're tight for money, you're going to be able to take a loan from your bank, smooth out your cash flow, and the next time you get a commission or however you want to pay it back, you're going to pay it back on your terms and in your time frame and at an interest rate that you want, because the money is essentially going back into your pocket. The other question I get asked a lot of times with people is, well, I don't know if I can do this. I really don't have any money. But then they'll say, hey, but I do have debts. And what I'm doing is I'm paying more than the minimum on my credit cards whenever I can. So it's going to help me pay down my debts quicker. Problem is, that's not really what happens, because we end up continually using that credit card. Because when we overpay money and something happens and we need more money, we have to go back to the credit card because we sent that money to the credit card company to try to pay the loan down. We thought we were paying it down. It went right back up. So what I want you to do is stop overpaying the credit cards and don't panic. Just pay the minimums. We use all those overpayments to fund what we call your bank. When we get that bank set up, it's going to start accumulating cash. And we're going to start paying down, snowballing your debts. We're going to debt stack them, and we're going to pay them completely off one at a time. And that minimum payment is now going to go back into your bank so that you can build your cash flow back up to take care of the next debt. The advantage to doing this rather than giving your money to a third party is if something happens unexpected, you have the availability and access to your money. If a deal comes your way and you have the cash in your account, you can do the deal. You don't have to go get a third party loan. The last thing I hear a lot of times is, hey, I refinanced my home at a much lower interest rate. isn't that going to save me a ton of money in the long run? Well, no, it's not. What it's going to do is lower your monthly payment. Certainly, that's what's going to happen. But every time you refinance, you're restarting the clock. And if you look at your interest rate, the interest that you're paying, and you add that interest to the principal that you're paying, and then divide that big number by the smaller number, the interest, you're going to see how much interest you're actually paying. Since mortgages are front loaded, what happens is the interest is all tacked on in the beginning. So when you refinance, maybe you've paid for 10 years, you've got the interest rate down to like 40 or 50, 60%. Well, when you refinance, you're going to be paying 86 to 92% interest again. So no, that is only going to lower your monthly payment, but in the long run, you are going to pay an enormous amount to the banks. I always like to tell people, when you have a mortgage, you buy one bank to live in and one bank and one house for the bank. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, I am going to provide a link below where you can get free information, websites, videos, and you can look through it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to get back to me. My name is Bill Curtis. I'm with creatingwealthfromlife.com. I also have truefinancialfreedomgroup.com. I look forward to hearing from you. You have a good day. God bless. Bye-bye.